Okay, you see my screen? Jana, you see my screen?
I don't see. I don't know why after presenting I'm losing it. I will rejoin. Thank you.
Okay.
No. Nothing is seen. We can't see the screen.
Even we cannot see anything. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
I'm
fine,
like
fine.
my illusion.
Okay, now?
Yeah, it's presentation or her trainings. I don't
Okay.
see any screen from my perspective. Okay, let me rejoin, Suresh. Thank you.
Okay. So today we're going to cover Selenium IDE. Okay. So Selenium IDE is a component of Selenium. See, we have three components, right? One is Selenium WebDriver. We already covered this, and this is a Selenium IDE. If you want to create a quick bug reproduction scripts, create scripts to aid in automation testing, then you want to use Selenium IDE. Okay, I'll explain what is the benefit of using Selenium IDE. Okay, so okay, so what you can do is when you go to Chrome, there is a plugin called Selenium IDE for Chrome. When you click on this, you will get an option to install the Selenium IDE in the Chrome. When you click on this, see, I already have the Selenium IDE plugin. If you don't have, then it will ask you to install here. Right now I already had it. It is showing remove from Chrome. So you can install the Selenium IDE like this. Go to Google, type Selenium IDE Chrome. It will ask for install. Click on install. It will be stored in your browser. So once the Selenium IDE got installed, right, it will show up here called Selenium IDE. Okay, now what is the advantage of Selenium IDE? I'll show you that. So I clicked on Selenium IDE, and once okay, so when you click on the Selenium IDE, it will say, it will give few options. Record a new test in a new project. I clicked on that. I'm saying Target or Walmart. I'm saying Walmart. So my project name is Walmart. Then it is asking for the URL. So if you look at this, it's asking for https slash www.selenium.org, right? So I'm giving http double slash walmart.com. So I'm giving the URL, and when I do start recording, see, I got the browser here. Now what I do is, the page is, I'm seeing the landing page. I'm going to shop now. I clicked on the shop now, and I'm going to search. I'm searching for bikes, and I'm clicking search. I got few bikes, and I clicked on this bike, and I didn't like this bike. I went back. Again, I went to search. I changed my mind, and I want to search for toys. And I click on I'm clicking on something. Okay, now So this I already have this ID, right? I'm stopping the recording. After I stop the recording, I'm giving the name Walmart scenarios. I'm saying okay. So when I say okay, see what happened here. Whatever we have done on Walmart website, everything was recorded here. See, first thing is walmart.com opened the website and I maximized and I changed the size. So it is saying okay, there is a click, there is a window size was set. After that there was a click, and this is the CSS path for that click. And was one more click called ID equal to global search input. That means that this may be a search box. After that we have entered bikes. From there after we have one more click, mouse over, run script, mouse out, run script, click. Again we search for toys, and finally we clicked on the toy search option. So this gave us the history of our execution. When I do right click, when I do export, this is asking a lot of options. Okay, you want to export this event history in Java or Python or JavaScript. I selected a Java. I clicked on export. I'm going to downloads. I'm saving in download. See, there is a Java file just downloaded in my downloads section. Now I'm opening this file. If you look at this file, we have the Java class ready. In this class we have the class name is Walmart scenarios test. Inside we have a method called Walmart scenarios. Here we're getting a driver. We have adjusted the size. We have clicked on something. Then we clicked on one input component. Then we are sending the keys called bikes in the search text box. Then we click on the search link. After that we did something, we adjusted the window. Then again we click on the search input and we send the toys, and we click on the toys drop down search option. So using Selenium IDE, when we run our scenario, it will capture all our XPaths and it will generate the code for us. So all you need to do is copy this code. You can actually copy this whole method. Go to your class, go to home page, put it here. Okay, so we are using instead of driver we are using WebDriver. Just change the name.
This is so cool. We can write our code faster.
Yeah, I'll tell you. See, see our WebDriver project object name is WebDriver. That's why I'm changing. If I put my driver name as driver, then I don't need to do any changes, right? So I don't need this execution, I don't need this adjustments, I don't need anything. Even I don't want to set my size. Okay, now what I do is, instead of I'm writing a new step, so this is our existing step, right? I'm copying pasting and putting something called, okay,
It's a Walmart, right?
okay, 1 second. Open Walmart using IDE. Okay, I'm just writing this as IDE code. Okay, So here I just created a new step. Okay, so here home page dot, what is the method name? Walmart synergy is the one, right? I just created. Now I copy this code, I go to feature. So here I'll create a new scenario. So instead of this, then okay, and I don't want to close the browser. Okay, I'll close the browser, that's fine. So what I say is IDE scenario. Okay, and I copy this scenario.
Yeah, hold on here 1 minute. So the last one, right? The IDE scenario, instead of that, can you put like Walmart scenario? Can't do that?
No, let's keep IDE scenario, Selenium IDE scenario.
Okay, so inside that you're writing the manual test case for Walmart.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, now let me see if I can run this or not. Okay, hold on, one more thing. I need to change this to Walmart, right? Right now it's pointing to Walmart. Okay, you don't have this. Okay, I have this. Okay, I have created this in blank project. Okay, everything I created in blank project. Go to test automation. Close this project. Run quick test, app feature. This is blank. Step def, home page. Everything is good. Okay. Come on. I don't have the driver. Oh my god, I deleted. Come on.
Yeah, for blank framework, you deleted.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, now I got it. So for you don't need to do anything, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, it got failed. Why? Okay. No such element unable to locate. Okay, I'll tell you. Let me do the small. So what happened here is using Selenium IDE. Yeah, using Selenium. Madhu, can you please go on mute? Yeah, using Selenium IDE, I was able to generate this Java code, right? Without writing a single line of code, I was able to generate the Java code. Okay, I don't need this. That's the problem. Let me run this. So, okay. So I'm stuck here,
Walmart is blocking you.
blocking me. So this is very intelligent application. Let's do it for target. Because it identified, okay, some automation is running on the project, right? I have never seen this. This is first time I'm seeing this. The Walmart identified that some automation browser is doing this activity. So it want to stop that. Okay, fine. Let me go to a new project. Leave. Okay. Let's go to, give me some website. Okay, let's go to AHA. Okay, AHA trainings. I don't have that kind of verification. .com. Sorry, coded. Okay. Okay. Now page is loaded. I clicked on all courses. I have seen this. I clicked on Selenium bundle. I have seen this. I clicked on home. Okay. Now I'll stop this. I'll say AHA Selenium project. Click on OK. Right click. Export. I'm doing export. I'm downloading this Java file. I open this file. I open this file. So all I need is only these 3 lines. Okay, I don't want anything. I'm going to this tab, home page. I delete everything here, the code we got it from Walmart, and I'm putting WebDriver. Instead of driver, I'm changing to WebDriver, and I'm putting some time for every click. Now let me run the code. Now I'm adding this throw declaration. Now I'm changing my Walmart to AHA trainings. I'm going and I'm running. Now tell me, how is this?
Yeah, this tool is good. You don't need to write any code.
That's what. Sometimes I use this tool. Sometimes what happen is using this tool always get it from CSS selectors. That is the problem of this tool. This may work sometime, this may not work sometime. These two are fine. See this one? This is using CSS selector. Instead of using CSS selector, if this tool is using XPath, then this is the best tool, I'll say. But this will really helps a lot you don't need to write any code, you don't need to find any XPaths. Just copy and paste, put the timers and run it. If that works, then fine. If that doesn't work, if that say I am not identifying this object, then put your XPath here. Instead of this, just put it this one, search button dot click.
But the XPath looks odd. If you look at the XPath, it's
That-
very long.
That is this. You're talking about this XPath.
Yeah.
See, I'm just giving you example. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just giving the example. Assume that you have, suppose if you identified XPath in AHA, some like a short. If this doesn't work, then you find out your XPath and you just replace with IDE code with your code and run it. Only when there is an issue. If there is no issue, the flow is working like just now it was working, right? AHA trainings was working, right? You don't need to do anything. For some reason it is not identifying the path, then you do like this. Then create the manual XPaths code, write your own code. 80% of time you don't need to do anything. 20% of time just fix it.
So we have to do WebDriver dot find element by dot XPath, right? And then give the XPath.
You can do something like this.
Oh,
For example, if you are going to
dot XPath. Okay.
see, for example, where is AHA travels? Let me take it. Suppose see, the IDE code was working for us, right? Assume that the IDE code was not working on this button. Okay, then what you have to do? You have to get the XPath. Now I got the XPath. I took this XPath and I'll put it here, and I'll run this. This is the
Okay, so-
alternative.
Okay. So for XPath, we have to use this how class. We cannot put directly by XPath like we were doing for CSS selector, right?
See, finding the XPath using CSS selectors is not a best practice, first of all,
Okay.
because if the code is changed, if they when they do the UI changes, they'll change the CSS classes.
Mhm.
This won't be available in the next build. We don't know, but they don't change this one, right? I never change my all courses to all courses 1, 2, 3 like that. This is constant. This is static. So you have to get the XPaths which won't be changing at all using IDs.
My question is like for when we use the XPath, we cannot use like WebDriver dot find element by dot XPath. Instead, we have to use this how class for the XPath, right?
You can do, see, better you do like this.
Okay.
Okay, you can also do
Okay.
something like this. I'll show you. Dot find element by dot XPath and put the XPath
Mhm.
and do a dot click. So using, so you can do this. So only advantage of doing this is you don't need to create a variable here.
How class? Okay, yeah.
Okay, only advantage is when you do something like this, you don't need to create this, right?
Yeah.
Your wish, but this is the best practice.
Okay, so we can learn that too. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the only advantage is, see, if you do something like this, you will know. Suppose if you want to click this button 3 times, then you can just copy paste and do click 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 click.
Okay.
So in this case you have to, I'll tell you this. Suppose this one and this one both are same. Okay, both are same. The advantage is this has better readability, right? If the XPath changes, you will just change it one place. And
Okay.
this button can be used in other methods as well. If you do something like this, if there is a change in XPath, you just change here and it will, you have the impact in everywhere, right?
Yeah, it is same like we were first. You told us how to make the classes, then you told us
Yeah,
the how to call the object. So it's the same. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
got it now.
got it
Yeah.
right.
Thank. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
better you do this because you can reuse. If there is a change, you'll just change in one place.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, don't go for this practice. Okay, here we are going because we're copying from IDE because we want to save the time. This is fine,
Okay.
but when you're writing your code for your project, do something like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah. Got it.
Any questions here using Selenium IDE? The Selenium IDE is a component of the Selenium. Using that IDE tool, we can write our Selenium scripts very easily. You don't need to write logic to find the XPath, to click, to text. Everything will be taken care of by Selenium IDE. But the only problem is sometimes this it will mostly 70 to 60% of time it will depend on CSS selectors. Always it will capture the CSS selectors. But capturing the XPath using CSS selectors is not a good practice. If there is a ID to the button, get the ID manually and put it. Don't use CSS selector.
Okay.
These two are fine because the button names won't change, right? But this is the class of the CSS. The developer keep changing the CSS style sheets. This button is available right now, but if I change my hot earnings website, this will be gone. If I put a new color, this will be gone. That is the only disadvantage of the Selenium IDE. But using Selenium IDE, you can complete your 70% of the code very easily. When I get a scenario, what I do is I'll go to Selenium IDE, I'll run the whole scenario, and it will give us the code like this. I'll copy everything, I will try to run. If it is breaking, then I'll remove this selector and I'll put my own XPath there. But 70% it will help. Sometimes 100% it will help. Sometimes 70%, sometimes 30%, depends upon the scenarios, depends upon the complexity of the website. But this Selenium IDE will really helps a lot. Okay, any questions here?
Suresh, I have one question. Like what we are doing here is these are the like actual websites, Walmart,
Yeah,
Target,
yeah,
Expedia. They don't have anything bug. But when we work on the real-time project, when the developers make a code, they have lot of bugs. It may be running or it may not be running. So can we get XPath from there also?
yeah, you
If
can
they already have the bug?
see we're running this Selenium to find out the bugs, right?
Yeah.
If your Selenium script is failing, what does it mean?
So yeah, there is some bug over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all. So your Selenium
Okay.
script should not fail. If it is
Okay.
fail, that means your Selenium script is running, your application is not running. There's a bug in the
Okay.
application. That's it.
Okay. Got it.
Any questions on Selenium IDE? It's very simple, nothing to worry. Don't spend too much time on that. Just
No.
yeah.